We love our own shit.
Yeah. So, welcome to episode 13. Unlucky for some, but oh god, I don't know. Is it going to be lucky for us? Is it going to be lucky? Actually, it's not been that lucky. It's been a terrible week for news.
Well, in main news, yeah.
Yeah, it's been. Well, yeah, okay. There's been some interesting happenings in London, shall we say? But I suppose we live far enough away from that for it not to really concern us too much. It's still shitty. Whoever decided to do shitty things are shitty people. But
I had an interesting look on that because I'd finished work and I'd gone to the gym. And I've got my headphones on and I'm blasting some Lamb of God. And I'm looking up at the TV and the news is on and this stuff's going on. I'm trying to work out what's going on while I'm lifting some weights. Going, oh shit.
Yeah. For the sake of argument, let's just fill in the blanks. So, someone down in London decided to drive a 4x4 through a bunch of pedestrians and then hit a wall. As worldwide atrocities go, it was fairly. I'm not going to say tame because at the end of the day, people still die. It's still a dick
Well,
move.
compared to what some of the things have been happening recently, it is quite tame.
Yeah, some of the things that have happened in
pretty
Europe
bad.
are awful. It's certainly pretty terrible. It's by far not the worst terror attack I think that's ever happened in London, but the most recent and still a bell end. So
I'm just glad they shot the fucker.
yeah, that's well, he didn't get away with it, so that's that I think is a fairly good thing. But anyway, we should carry on with this. This is a games thing, not a serious news thing. So for gaming news, it's been really quiet.
It has been quite a quiet week, really.
I have been looking, but two of the things I've read about happened today, so that's that just shows how kind of slow it's been. So we start off with the new official Microsoft controller, called a Recon Tech. It is it has a diamond patterned like grip on the I guess where your fingers go, and a laser etched texture on the front, and has better wireless range, and it's basically a controller. It doesn't. $69.99 it's going to cost.
So that'd be about 50 quid here.
Yeah,
to be fair, it's not that bad of a price.
Well, I expect it's probably going to be like
$59.99.
$59.99.
Well, probably.
But then I find the price of controllers for this generation are ridiculous. They are just like they're the same price as a game. I'm sure I remember pads coming out at like £25 new.
I remember I'm sure the original PlayStation controllers were about £35-40.
I don't remember. I
just think we think about a cheaper price because most people bought third party controllers, and they were like 20 quid.
I don't know. See, I remember when I had my Xbox, I went out to get Beyond Good and Evil. So I went down to the shop, picked up a copy of Beyond Good and Evil, and they also had the I think it was the Clear S pad, which would quickly become my pad of choice, and I'm sure that was £20. And Beyond Good and Evil was actually £20 as well.
It might have been.
So if you can hear something in the background, my printer's just decided to be a knobhead.
Yeah, I just heard it turn off.
Yeah, what?
I was
I don't know
is
what
that
it's
a
doing.
printer?
It's not. I mean, I'm not printing anything. I've not pressed anything. It's just decided to tell me it's alive, I suppose. So yeah, but yeah, I'm sure pads were like 20-25 quid for the Xbox.
They might have been. I feel like they're a bit more expensive Maybe towards the end of the life cycle, though, it might have been cheaper.
It might have been that. But then I did buy.
I do feel like this generation is slightly more expensive, but I don't think it's by that much.
I don't think I think the games are as reasonably priced as they were before.
Game prices have not gone up.
They might have gone up a bit. I mean,
RRP price maybe, but when you actually go to buy again, they're usually 40 quid, and that's pretty much been like that for years. In fact, N64 games used to be selling at 60.
I remember going with a friend of mine into town to collect Yoshi's Island, and that being like $64.99.
The prices haven't really changed.
No, I think I mean games for the most part for the 360 and PS3 were sort of $39.99, and I think this generation you're sort of looking more at 45.
Yeah, they've gone up a little depending on the title.
Yeah, but
PC games have gone up though.
PC games have gone up. That's the strangest thing.
They're coming more in line with console gaming prices now.
Yeah, which I'm sure we spoke about this before, but to
be honest, I don't mind. I mean, obviously, I prefer paying a cheaper price like anybody does, but it's the same game as a console, so I don't see why it should. I mean, the reason that was a difference because they didn't have to pay the £10 to Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo, whoever it is. That was the reason. So they put that saving on to the consumer. But it's just as long as you're not paying more, I don't really see it. Is it too much of a problem? And anyway, when it comes to PC gaming, you can go to CD Keys and you can go to the Steam sale and all those other places you can buy keys for games, and they're a lot cheaper, especially in the sales.
Yeah, the PC sales are incredible, but I kind of find, well, it feels like if I buy a digital game, I'm getting less, and I want to pay less because I'm getting a digital game.
Well, talking of that, I'm going to go off topic a little, but I pre-ordered the Mass Effect Andromeda game, and I bought it from Game. Now, I don't usually buy stuff from Game anymore, but because I bought the PlayStation Pro system, I had like £8 in store credit for them from them. So I thought, right, I'm going to use that money to get some money off Mass Effect. So I pre-ordered it when it was £40. It went up to $42.99, but because I got the pre-order guarantee price, I still had that £40 plus the £8 off. So that went up to $42.99, and it was a boxed copy of it. So you get the DVD case, you get the cover art sleeve, and then you get a piece of paper with a couple of adverts and the code for the game to redeem on Origin. And they have to send you that because it's a box product. It's not just digital. And if you want to buy digital from Game, it's 50 quid. And if you wanted to buy it digital on Origin, it's 50 quid.
Yeah.
So it's actually costing them more to do that box product and then send it to me through the post so then I can enter the key code.
So is it just a key? You didn't get the DVD with the game on it?
No. Just the key code.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's absolute. Yeah, there is a weird law. I don't know what it is, but it's the same with like eBay. If I wanted to sell, if I got a key code for a game that I didn't want, and I wanted to sell it on eBay, I would have to post the key code out to them. I couldn't just scan it and email it to them. I couldn't just...
Which most people do.
But you have to sort of... There's a weird law where you have to at least show to be offering it. But then I think a lot of people will say, if you buy this from me, you accept that I will not post this to you. You have to request that I post it to you, or I will assume you don't want me to post it.
Yeah, all you want is the code.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
all you
it's
want.
pretty nuts. But then like places like CD Keys do, but I don't think they are based in the UK. I think it's just some kind of weird UK consumer law.
Yeah, it probably is.
But yeah, we massively went off. We went on to
Yeah.
So yeah, basically,
let's
it's just an Xbox
get back to
controller in
that
a different colour.
I had a quick look at it. I don't know if I like the look of it or not.
I think it looks quite premium. I think it looks quite futuristic. I quite like the look of it. But then I love the look of all of this generation's done some really great controllers, like the DualShock 4 camo. I really like that. I liked the Titanfall Xbox One controller.
Oh yes, that was quite a nice one actually.
Yeah, I think they've done a stunning job with the controllers, and I would love to own them all, but they're expensive. They're just too expensive to buy. The only one I have got is the 20th anniversary PlayStation 1. And I don't want to use it because it looks really nice. I've never taken it out of the box. It's just something that I have.
I wonder if this laser edged grip thing actually adds any grip to it.
I wouldn't have thought so. It's just like a pattern on the front,
But at least it's got the rubber stuff, like the Elite Pro controller, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
it's called now.
I mean the
Elite controller.
Yeah, the improved wireless range, that might be useful for some people, and Bluetooth support. So if you had a PC with Bluetooth built in, and I know there are some around, or a laptop with Bluetooth built in, you can just pair it up and go. So maybe that's...
Yeah, it means you don't have to buy the wireless adapter.
Yeah, I guess it's enough of an upgrade. I think it looks quite nice. I wouldn't buy one just because, again, they're expensive. But
I don't need it.
Yeah, and I don't need it. I have one controller which came with my console, which works fine. And I've just bought two more.
Two? What for? One for the PC?
No, I bought two that weren't working for pennies. One is, really all I'm waiting for now is a screwdriver to open it up. One won't power on at all, and one, the trigger's constantly pressed in. But
that's probably just got something trapped behind it.
Yeah, it's the triggers work in a really weird way. So I'll open it up and have a good look and see if there's anything obvious. Chances are it's probably going to be like a couple of quid in parts, but it was well worth the money that I paid for them. So, and chances are I'll probably just sell them anyway because I just don't need them.
See, I have my Xbox S, so I've got that one which I've got synced to my Xbox, and then I have another normal standard black controller which I've got synced to my PC. That's all I just use those two.
It's just all you need. We also have, this is how slow the news has been. There has been another Xbox One controller.
I've just realised our news topics are just all about controllers.
Yeah, it's all controllers. This is the controller episode. Or, like, here we go. Do you call them controllers or pads? And where did pads come from? Why is pads a thing?
Joypad.
Yeah, I suppose so. I guess that's a logical extension of joystick.
Yeah, it's just people are shorting it down, isn't it? Instead of going, chuck us the joy. It's like, what?
Chuck us the joy.
Chuck us the pad. Chuck us the pad. You know. Yeah, the next one. An Xbox One.
No, you're skipping it. What do you call it? Controllers or pads? If you go around someone's house, they pass me the.
I call it both. Most of the time, I call it a controller, but I do sometimes call it pads. I both.
Yeah, I don't think I have a preference. I guess controller is more, but then I tend to go with like control pad sometimes.
Well, that's just wrong.
But then is it? I wonder if there's like a like if I tend to say controller with newer things and pads, because it's always been a SNES pad. It's not a SNES controller. It's a SNES pad. It's a Mega Drive pad.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wonder if it's like more retro, I call pads, and more current iCall controllers. I don't know. But yeah,
Maybe.
the new Xbox controller. Did you see the picture of it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, they're weird. So it's a controller done by Hyperkin, which is the company responsible for the
Retron.
Yeah, the Retrons, and I think they've done.
Which I have one.
Yeah, and they is that weird Game Boy thing that they released as a April Fool's Day joke, but people actually
Which actually became a reality because people wanted it.
Yeah, so I guess they're a third-party hardware-y type manufacturer.
They're actually a really cool company. It's just, I think because they're such a small company, especially when the Retron 5 was released, so many people were interested in it. They had a really hard time manufacturing and actually getting it out.
I think the other issue with them is they don't have a good, they don't have a good PR stance. So, I pre-ordered my Retron, which I cancelled in the end because it just took forever to do anything about.
I'm so glad I kept mine.
Yeah, but the thing with it is they took so long, and so many people, like I was on the Facebook group. I said, "Oh, I've ordered this, and I've not heard anything. What's going on with it?" And the pages were just, their Facebook page was just page after page after page of people saying, "What's going on? Where's my thing? I've paid you 150 quid. Where's what's going on?" And they never got back to anyone. So I think they handled it really badly. Now a lot of people have just been like, I'm never buying Hyperkin anything again. I probably won't ever buy Hyperkin anything ever again because I just didn't. I waited 2 years or something.
Yeah, it took 2 years.
And in the end, I was like, ridiculous. I just cannot be bothered anymore. So they really shit the bed on that one. But they are a small company, and
I think they make some interesting stuff, and the quality's up and down on what they do have.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll grow in time and get better at that kind of stuff.
Maybe. But so this controller, it's basically a SNES controller with 2 analog sticks and 4 shoulder buttons. It's really weird. It's a really strange beast.
I really don't like the look of it at all.
I don't know. I think it looks okay. Apparently they're not very comfortable to hold because they're quite small.
Yeah, that's what puts me off.
I guess it would be handy if you enjoyed playing old games on your PC and current games on your PC. So it can be like one joypad for all occasions as opposed to having to have a USB SNES third-party thing and like an Xbox controller for the current stuff. So I think there's a place for it. I quite like the look of it because it looks a bit weird. But again, I'd never buy one.
No, it just looks like they've gone with the Xbox One controller and it's like, right, let's just squash it into.
Let's take these bits off the bottom and flatten it a bit and move the buttons around, and yeah, that's fine. Just make that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this controller.
I don't know what else there is to say about it. I guess we
not much.
Might as well just go on to the third thing.
Yeah, people should just go check out and make.
Yeah, look
make
at the pictures,
make
your own judgment. I don't know. If I got one cheap, I might. But I don't even think they're wireless. I think it's just a wired thing.
Probably.
Oh well, doesn't matter. But
well, that would give it the retro feel though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Wired.
Only if they made the wire really short.
Oh god, Nintendo's good at that.
Yeah. And the last thing is Nintendo's silly fix for the left Joy-Con, which they said, no, there's no problems, and then everyone said, look, there's a problem with it desyncing, and they said, oh, yeah, there is a problem, we'll just stick a bit of foam in it, and that makes it all better somehow.
Yeah, they basically admitted that there is something wrong. But in their statement, they were saying it's not really affecting many units. And it's what we were saying a couple of weeks ago. This kind of thing happens when you release new tech, a small percentage of things are going to go wrong. So someone's going to get someone's going to have some dead pixels, or the controller's not going to work, or something doesn't sync with this, that, and the other. Those things happen, and they're on a small scale. So they're going to do this fix going forwards with the new systems. So everyone who buys one, they're not going to. In theory, they shouldn't have this issue. And then the ones, if you do have something that's wrong, you need to contact Nintendo themselves, and then you have to go through and make sure. Now they will determine whether it's an actual hardware problem or something to do with your setup.
Yeah, I mean it's
But it is. They are going to fix it for free, which they should do.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. But I guess the thing is, like I think we mentioned at the time, because of the internet now, if one person has a problem, the whole world will know about it. In the past, if one person had a problem, chances are you would never know.
You wouldn't know. You'd have, because the only way you get that sorted is by contacting Nintendo, or you may contact a gaming magazine, but they probably wouldn't run with that story anyway. So. No,
so it's I guess nowadays you are much more like a hardware place is kind of much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like public. Everything's much more public. So you are
things like Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, all the social media type stuff. Things can circulate really quickly now. So companies' PR teams have to be really on the ball.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But I mean that's. I know we've mentioned this before, so I don't really want to go into it too much. So I guess it's just onto the main topic, which is kind of record time for us.
It is, yeah. I think this is going to be a shorter podcast this week.
Yeah.
Although everyone had an hour and 20 minutes of this last week.
I know. I feel really sorry for all of you.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank you for putting up with it all the way to the end. Or if you just sort of like skipped through and then decided you didn't want to listen to it, then fine, whatever. As long as you clicked on it in the first place. So main topic is pre-ordering, which is it's one of those kind of topics that kind of really divides opinion online.
Very much so.
So everyone sort of says, if you're sick of people releasing buggy, broken, shitty games, then just don't pre-order. Wait for all the reviews, and if it says it's bad, then the company's earned nothing and they lose millions. Can I even agree? I'm not even sure I can agree with that in principle, really. But I mean, so what do you still pre-order a load of games, or?
Well, like I said earlier, I pre-ordered Mass Effect, and that's kind of what spurred me to put this down so we would talk about it this week.
Yeah,
because of all the bad press that's had with the crazy animations, facial animations, and whatnot going on, and bugs.
I've read about the poor animations, and even sort of a bit about someone saying, "Oh well, this person worked for BioWare and they said something," or I didn't catch the whole story, and it was one of those that I think happened, and then they kind of retracted everything. It was very hard to learn about.
There's loads of things going on about this game. It just loads of people moaning about them not handling the LGBT community things correctly, and there's some racist guy that worked for BioWare that doesn't like white people, and it was crazy. I kind of went, I just don't want to know about this. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
I just don't even want to look into it. It annoys me. All that kind of stuff just annoys me anyway, because everyone just goes to complete extremes and no one listens to each other, and everyone's like, I'm right, you're wrong.
Yeah, just
It
ridiculous
just gets
sort
on
of
my
stuff.
nerves.
I mean, I've not really read anything about it. Just because I don't want to. I don't want to really want to spoil it. I know that.
Yeah, I was kind of staying away because I didn't want to spoil it either. But there's things like, just normal animation things that aren't syncing up properly. You'll get weird expressions just out of nowhere. Uh, People walking around looking like crabs, and then just generic type graphical corruption issues.
Yeah, I don't think BioWare. I don't know if I'm thinking of BioWare or Bethesda really. I think it is BioWare. Could be both actually. But I mean, these games are so big.
Yeah.
I'm sure BioWare's been in trouble, but I say trouble. I'm sure people have picked up before that their animations can sometimes be a bit janky or.
Yeah, it happened in the old Mass Effect games, in the Dragon Age games.
I don't really care, I'm
no.
not...
Some of them I find hilarious, and I think it adds to the experience.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not... I don't really mind it all that much. Sure, if it's like really game-breaking, if all of a sudden your character like loses their face or both their arms and you can't see what's going on, then I'd get that that'd be really annoying. I mean, look at...
it always... Sorry.
Look at Unity. The amount of bugs where you would, like, people's entire heads would vanish and all there would be was, like, hair and 2 eyeballs.
Oh, God, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and that
was crazy.
I mean, I get these kinds of, like, graphical
There's
problems.
been far worse things than what's happening in Mass Effect.
I did see a GIF today on Reddit where their commander... I don't even know what the names of the new guys are. I'm just going to call it Shepard. So the new Shepard kind of is having a conversation and they walk behind a Krogan. And I guess the scene is supposed to be kind of like out of sight. Like the camera's supposed to be tilted so it's out of sight. But she just kind of like walks behind this Krogan and never walks out the other side. Just kind of vanishes behind him.
Brilliant.
And it's not like she goes through a door because you can see her leg between... the Krogan's legs just vanish into nowhere. So, Space Wizard from the moon.
This time you're called Ryder.
Ryder, there we go. I should know that.
Yeah. The thing is, after all this, we've gone off topic straight away on our main topic. But anyway, the thing that always gets me is when people start going into comment sections and saying, oh, how did QA let this get past and blah, blah, blah. And if I was in charge of QA, this would never happen. Blah, blah. People have no fucking idea on how the games industry works.
No, it's all QA's fault. Not the coders, not the artists, not the designers, just the QA. QA are bad.
It's no one's fault. It's just the way QA, all these things would have been picked up by QA, no doubt about it. It comes down to the amount of time the devs have to actually fix it, because the game has got to fucking release. So they have a hard task of going, right, we've got X amount of time and we've got these issues. What can we fix quickly? And what are the most glaring issues that we really need to get done before it is launched? And then what can we do for day one patch to sort more out? That's how it works.
Unfortunately, things like graphical glitches are fairly low priority as long as the game runs.
Yeah, you need the gameplay to work. You need the game to boot and not crash, and you need network connectivity for online, and then you need to do the compliance issues for the consoles, so you can actually put your game on them. That's it. That's what you need. And then everything else, that can be sorted later.
So, we really did go off topic, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I went on a little rant as well.
So, I mean, pre-ordering. I used to pre-order a load of games. I used to, like, my Amazon queue at one stage was just pre-ordered games that I knew I wanted to play. So I thought, right, I'll pre-order them all. But then a lot of them would overlap, or like I noticed that I would buy a game and then kind of a week later it'd be half price. So I did cancel a load of pre-orders. It wasn't because I wanted to teach the industry a lesson or that I think it would really make any difference at all. It was merely because I knew that like for the games that I really wanted, as it got closer to the date, I would usually pre-order them like a couple of days before they were released. With Mass Effect, oddly enough, I expected my copy to be here today, and it wasn't, and it was just because I cancelled my Amazon my Amazon pre-order, and I don't remember why I did it or when I did it, but I kind of assumed that I'd have something else to play at the time, which I kind of did. I was playing Horizon.
Yeah, that's probably why.
So but no, today I sat at work and I was like, well, I'll just order it from somewhere. And I had a look on Amazon, it was £44. I had a look on Tesco, it was £44. And I thought, I'll just pick it up from Tesco on the way home. But then I had a look at my account and I had like £10 of Tesco vouchers or something. So I was like, yeah, I'll just use that 10. So I got it for like £35 basically. So that was nice.
Yeah, it's like I do still pre-order, but I really shouldn't. It's like there's no need. So I have South Park, the new South Park game, the Fractured But Whole. Because I pre-ordered that, because it's like, oh, if you pre-order it, you get the first game for free.
I imagine everyone's going to get that first game for free now that it's been pushed back about 3 times.
I've pre-ordered it on the PS4, but we've got like another year. I might just cancel the pre-order. Like I say, I pre-ordered Mass Effect. But yeah, I pre-ordered WWE 2K17 last year so I could get the special edition. I suppose pre-ordering special editions, that's probably valid still, but because they can sell out.
Yeah, like very limited collector's editions.
But there's really no need, to be honest. Like, I mean, over the years we get pre-order bonuses, and then it was exclusive pre-order bonuses from select outlets.
I really hate I hate the exclusive pre-order bonuses with a passion.
Yeah, I don't like it either. And it's not like they're even particularly great. It's like the pre-order bonus you get with Mass Effect. I think it was the same for all places. You should get a new suit.
Yeah, I mean,
you get a multiplayer XP bonus or something.
I mean, I suppose 90% of the time I've got no real problem with kind of pre-order bonuses. If it's kind of like just a cosmetic thing.
I mean, sometimes you even get access to the game a few days early as well.
Yeah, I'm not
pay extra.
I don't think I'm even that particularly bothered about that. But there was the one time I've sort of seen it and I hated it so much was God, what was it? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. So if you pre-ordered it at Game, you got an extra character. If you pre-ordered it at Amazon, you got a different extra character, and I think there was a third place where you got a third different character. And you couldn't buy these characters as DLC. If you didn't pre-order it from that one place, you didn't get it. Or if you wanted all three, you had to buy 3 copies of the game. And it was just absolute nonsense.
You see, that stuff, that's what makes people feel like you're not buying in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, when I bought Bayonetta on the 360, I had a choice of ordering it from Amazon, and I'd get like a vinyl record, like a very limited vinyl record thing, or for the same price, I could pre-order it from Game and get like a model of the Scarborough Fair. So that's the Scarborough Fair's her pink handgun thing. So that was the one I got because I don't have a vinyl record player. So I mean that was kind of an obvious choice for me. But if you liked vinyl records and silly models, then like where would you have gone? And it's just it's kind of really unfair.
It is annoying. It is annoying. I like it when games. Do you remember Red Dead where they did? You could, if you pre-ordered, you got the special edition, which gave you the golden guns and the war horse. That was cool because that was the same everywhere. You got it, and then a bit later on, you could buy it as DLC if you didn't pre-order.
Yeah, I think it was one of those, just like a physical code in the box, wasn't it? So
I think so.
Even
yeah.
if you got a day one copy, weeks later, you still got the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was the same as Metal Gear 5, wasn't it?
I don't know.
That had a day one edition. You got something.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I prefer it when it's like that. If you're going to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, give it away eventually, or let people buy it if they really wanted it, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you feel so? Like I said, I do sometimes pre-order games, but I've got such a backlog of games these days, and then like if you have Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus as well, you get all those free games a month. Like I just got so many games in the backlog to play. I'm just like, at the moment, I'm just like, I don't even really want to buy games on launch day anymore. I just want to try and get through what I've got and then buy them later on because they'd be cheaper anyway. And any issues that were there usually iron out a couple of months later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to have that much of a backlog because I don't tend to have that much on the go. I'll tend to.
I'm always buying stuff, especially when they're on sale.
I can't help
it.
I tend to finish one game before I buy another.
I try to do that. That doesn't always happen.
No, so I mean the thing recently that's happened. Like I ran out of games to play, and then I started playing. I got Tomb Raider, or Rise of the Tomb Raider, and got sort of partway through that, and then we started playing Dead Space 3, and then I got Horizon, and now I finished Horizon, but Mass Effect's coming, so then I'll have Mass Effect, Tomb Raider, and Dead Space 3, and like a couple of others that I can play, but I mean I don't tend to have that much of a backlog. I mean, sure, I've got games that I've bought and never played, but I think it was one of these things where I don't know if I bought them with no intention of playing them, or if I bought them because they were cheap and thought I'll play that one day.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times.
But it's not. I mean, I don't consider that I'm like wasting time not playing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, if you buy them cheap enough, especially in like Steam sales where you buy them for like a couple of quid each. If you don't play them, it's not the end of the world, is it?
Yeah, or like in a Humble Bundle and you want like something from the last tier, so you spend like £6 and get 7 games.
Load of other games, yeah.
6 of them you've got no interest in. The only other game that I bought and really didn't play was Resident Evil 7.
I really want to play through that. I want to play that in VR.
Yeah, it was just because I really had no intention of playing it. So I just watched it all on Twitch. And then I've seen the whole game basically on Twitch. And then I was sort of like, I think this looks like quite good fun. I'll buy it. So I bought it. I then like played through the first 10 minutes like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. I'm not interested in this. I'm just turning it off. So that was that was probably my one failure, I think, this year. And being as we're only in like the end of March, that's pretty bad.
I know, we're in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So, do you feel pre-orders a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I don't think if no one pre-ordered anything, I don't think it would make much of a difference.
No, we wouldn't. I don't think,
because people just buy it on day one
pre-order.
instead of pre-ordering it like weeks in advance. It's not even like if you pre-ordered something from if you pre-ordered something, if you pre-ordered like the new Capcom game, Capcom wouldn't have the money now. Capcom would still have to wait until the game comes out. I mean, there are companies like resellers where if you pre-order a game, they take the money immediately, and then they earn all the interest on it while you wait, which is ridiculous. Don't do that. But yeah, I genuinely don't think it would make a difference. I don't think it makes a difference one way or the other. I don't like pre-order bonuses.
On a business level for the games companies, pre-orders are quite interesting because you can gauge how much interest you're getting on this game, and then you can deal with the sums where you believe this is how much you're going to sell, this is what we know we're going to sell for pre-orders, etc., etc. So it's quite good for strategy.
Yeah,
on the business
like
side.
Definitely they can focus marketing and like target certain demographics if they feel like they're not getting to the right place. But I mean, overall, I think interest is easy enough to gauge on like forums and things nowadays. So Reddit's pretty good at that. If you go onto the games subreddits, just see how much people are talking about it. They've like each new game that comes out has its own forum basically. So you just look on there, see what people are saying. It's so easy to do. You don't really need pre-orders. Sales figures are another thing because you can have kind of all the hype in the world and not sell any copies. And in the same way, you can have like zero hype. A game can come out and sell millions. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not sure that kind of pre-orders really make a difference. No one's going to be that hurt, I don't think. I mean, I know that games
I don't think I'm going to be doing as many pre-orders.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't think I'm going to be doing as many pre-orders as I used to do.
Oh no, I've certainly cut back on the amount of games that I pre-order, but again, I'm not certain it really makes much of a difference. I don't think that like games executives around the world are kind of quaking in their boots because like one person's not pre-ordering as many games as they used to.
No.
Same way that I don't think that me suddenly saying, right, I'm going to be a vegetarian, all the farms in the world are going to be like, well, best kill less cows. So it's just, I don't know. I don't think one person makes that much of a difference. If everyone in the world suddenly stood up and said, no more pre-orders, that's it, then maybe, but it's not going to happen.
No. Okay, that leads on to what have you been playing this week?
Really only Horizon. That's all I've been playing. No, tell a lie. I played Horizon a lot. I've
seen that you put a post up on the Facebook group.
Yeah, really impressed with it. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, really impressed. Will play again. It was so good. I don't even know if I can think of anything like particularly bad to say about it. I mean, I will sort of say that it kind of gets a bit repetitive in that one of the very early skills you can learn is called Silent Strike. So you just wait for an enemy to walk past you and just instantly kill them. And that basically takes you through the first 15 hours of combat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then you meet bigger robots and harder enemies that won't. You can't kill them in one hit. So you do a bit of damage to them, but then they instantly know where you are. So you can't set traps for them because they're just attacking you, and you are usually not that well geared up. But yeah, I mean, aside from the combat and there's robots everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. So you end up kind of killing 5 robots, then walking like 100 feet, then killing 5 more robots, then walking 100 feet, then killing 5 more robots. And it gets to a stage where there's really no point in killing anything. So you have to kind of run past them as best as possible, but they still do like significant amounts of damage to you. But yeah, I mean, overall, I will definitely continue to play it now that I've finished the campaign. I'll still definitely continue to do all the little side quests and get all the achievements and things. So I really enjoyed it.
That's really good. My friend at work, he platinumed it the other day, and he said he's just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough, really.
I'm really glad that it sold really well as well. 2.5 million worldwide.
Oh yeah, and it comes from a company that are known for kind of fairly linear first-person shooters. So
yeah,
how they really.
But they've always been pretty looking first-person shooters, though.
Yeah, I still love the I love the term Halo Killer. They as soon as Killzone came out, it's like the first Halo Killer, then Killzone 2, finally a Halo Killer, then Killzone 3, Halo Killer, and it's just yeah, everyone sort of chases Halo because it is a spectacular first-person shooter. But it doesn't need to be a Halo Killer. It's just Killzone. Killzone are really good games.
It can be its own thing. It doesn't need to. You don't need a Halo Killer or a COD Killer or whatever.
I mean, as much as people might have said that Killzone, what was the last Killzone that came out? The PS4 one.
Oh God. I actually quite enjoyed playing through that game.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
I can't remember what it was called.
No, I can't remember what it was called.
Shadowfall.
Shadowfall. Could have been Shadowfall.
Something like that.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I liked it. That was all right. That was
yeah, it was alright. It was a nice little launch title.
Yeah, it was it was a launch title. It was
did its job. Shooter, kill things.
Yeah, it looks quite
pretty
good. Introduces you to things. Uses the touchpad, despite the fact it really doesn't need to use the touchpad.
No, yeah, exactly. It ticked all the boxes basically for a launch title.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So yeah, it didn't need to be a Halo Killer. It just needed to be a Killzone game.
So have you played anything else?
Yes, finally a mobile game which has kept my attention.
A mobile game.
A mobile game. I know it was. It's the new Mass Effect. The new Mass Effect app called Apex HQ.
I really need to download this.
Yeah, and it's I don't even know what to say about it. You log in with an EA account, and then you log in to the game with the EA account, and you kind of like as you do things in the app, you get resources to use in the game, and all I've done really is you like recruit a team of. Well, it's just like one team. It's not like any fixed amount of people, and then you send them on missions. And when they complete the missions, it gives you things, but I don't know what it gives you or why it gives you it or how I even get it. Now I've got it. So I guess when the game comes, I guess when the game comes, I'm just gonna have a box somewhere that's just full of stuff that I've won from this app. But yeah, it's actually really. I say it's actually really good. You log in, you select.
It sounds like the old one for 3.
I don't even think I played the one for 3, but you kind of just send people on missions, and then a couple of hours later, you come back to see if it's completed or not. And that's
it's pretty much what you did on the last one.
That's it. So that's all I've been playing. And I say Mass Effect. I've been playing that very loosely because you just press a button and then leave it.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing?
Well, not so much playing. I built myself a new PC.
Yeah.
So I'm now running a i7 7700K. I have some nice fast 3000 megahertz DDR4 Corsair RAM, and I have my CPU heatsink is the Dark Pro. It'd be quiet Dark Pro 3, and my God, that's a bitch to put on. Fucking hell, it's absolutely massive. It is really really quiet, but it's absolutely massive, and you have all these little bits of parts. It took me best part of it 45 minutes to put it together and figure out how to actually put it on the bloody board.
Jeez.
But yeah, because you get this little spanner and you can't get in. You got to do this. You have to get the bolts on and tying it up, and oh my god, it was just basically there was one point where I couldn't actually get my hands in to put the last bolt on, so I had to get a magnetic screwdriver, attach it to that, dangle it down, put my thumb on it, and then start using the spanner. Oh god, it was ridiculous. So that took me a while to build that, and I bought myself a new case for my PC as well. I've got the R5 from Fractal Design. It's a really nice case. It's got loads of sound dampening material in there, so it keeps everything really quiet. I can barely hear that it's on. I'm also running one of the new style hard drives, so it's the M.2 drive. I got a Samsung Evo.
Are they the
960.
weird thin ones?
Yeah, they're PCIe slots essentially,
Ah.
and like as soon as I turn the power on, it's on within like 10 seconds. Crazy quick. So I was well happy about that. And then I'm still using my old graphics card until the 1080s are out next month. Well, the third party 1080s are out next month. So the thing is, I've sold loads of stuff, so it's really not costing me that much to upgrade.
Yeah. Well, that's not
So I
too
thought-
bad then.
So I thought, fuck it, why not? I want to get that 4K 60.
And when you do, let me know if it looks any different, because I'm kind of convinced it will probably be the same, but
Oh no, it does. There is a difference in just visual fidelity on there. Well, that's if the game is actually using high quality textures. If it's not, then you just have it just looks very smooth and clean. What I've actually been playing though this week is we've got access to the Origin service. The Mass Effect trial went live on Monday, was it? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, have you been playing it?
Yeah, I was playing. You got 10 hours worth of time, which I never actually got around to using. I think I used 5 hours in the end. I spent like half an hour making my character, like I said I would, and then I started playing a bit of it. You only have like 2 missions, but they're quite long missions. Like you introduce your characters, and then you have to go get your ship, and then you go down to a planet, and then once you go about halfway through that mission on the planet, it ends because you try to go through this door, and it goes, oh no, you have to buy the game to carry on. So then I tried out. All I did, I did the tutorial for the online game, which is pretty much the same as last time, and that's as far as I got. And then I got the code today, so I started playing that at lunch. Finished off that mission, and then realised it was time to get back to work. I just finished it within my allotted time, so I was like, "Oh, I best have something to eat then."
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to mine turning up, whenever that's going to be. Hopefully soon. Well, it'll be tomorrow.
I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. I haven't really made a decision on it yet. I've enjoyed what I've played so far. I've seen a couple of weird bits of animation. I've mostly just seen graphical corruption from shadows on characters. Like it will go all really pixelated and just goes all over the place.
Yeah,
That's pretty much all I've seen. Like I've not seen any of the crazy stuff that people have been posting up online. I mean, I'm sure I'll get to it at some point. The voice acting is okay. It's not great. The characters themselves, like I said, I haven't really spent a lot of time with them yet, but I don't feel I'm going to have any kind of connection to them like I did in the last game. Like I really cared about the characters in the last games.
well, the thing with
These are just, I don't know.
I suppose the thing with the characters in like kind of 2 and 3 is that they persisted like all the way through the series, really.
Yeah, that's why I don't really want to say my opinion on the game too much, because I've only played it for about 4 hours.
Yeah,
And it's really not enough time to actually grow to like characters yet.
no.
So I don't know. Maybe this time next week when I played it longer, I might be going, oh, I love this character and that character's great and these missions are good. But
Yeah.
I don't know. At the moment, it's fine. I don't feel like it's as good as 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It feels like Mass Effect 1 again.
Well, it could be. It could be the start of the new series. So Andromeda 2 could be sort of something else, but I guess we need to wait.
I
and
mean,
see.
reviews have been varied. Like, it doesn't sound like it's a particularly great game. I don't know. Like I say, once I played it for longer, maybe next week I'll have a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
It might be I really don't like it, or I'm really enjoying it, but there's a lot is wrong with it, or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's a bit too soon for me to actually say whether I like it or not.
And then we'll both bitch next week.
Yeah.
So I think that's me done, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Not other than just making my PC and playing a bit of Mass Effect. That's all I've done.
Yeah, it's
Well, and work as well.
Yeah.
But, you know,
so
which is busy as hell.
so for a quiet week, we still stretched it out to an hour. So
Yeah.
I think after editing, you're probably still looking at the best part of 45 minutes. So
Probably.
yeah, no one missed out this week, especially not our, I want to say loyal listeners, but people that have listened.
Our rabid fan base.
Yeah, rabid fan base, eagerly awaiting the next episode.
Although it's probably going to go up on Saturday because I'm not going to have a chance to edit it tonight to get it out tomorrow, so I'll have to do it when I get home tomorrow. So it would be up on Friday night or Saturday night. Not that it really, this actual bit here doesn't really matter for the people listening to it.
No.
But yeah, hopefully it's up by then, folks.
Yeah, I will get a new poster out tomorrow, which will be kind of like Friday afternoon. So by the time you're listening to this, there will be a new poster. So go and have a look at your new poster. And yeah, I guess we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, catch you later, everyone.